Thank you for joining us for another X Level podcast with myself, D. Rizzo, and we have a special guest in the booth today, Miss Shelia Smith, Mrs. Shelia Smith, I should say.
Yes.
Help me out here.
Koinonia Education and Family Resource Center.
Koinonia, yes, and effectively known running around at Buchtel doing a lot of stuff there.
Yes.
Former school board.
05 to 09.
All right. Okay. Former school board member, and all around great person here. Great person. Today we're going to discuss a passion that's near and dear to her. We're going to discuss what her mission is and currently what she's doing.
Yes.
So
I am currently an Ohio Certified Prevention Specialist Assistant. In that role, I work as a projects coordinator in the area of problem gambling, drug and alcohol, prevention, and we also do a program called Parents Who Host. That is to inform parents that they may be able to serve their own children, but if they serve someone else's child and there's an issue, they will be held accountable for that.
Okay. You have a host of other things you do on the back of your card as well. I see grief support, life coaching, problem gambling.
Yes, that's what we're here to talk about today.
That. What's happening with gambling?
Yes, I want to thank my brother Darren for having me on.
Yep.
March has been designated as Problem Gambling Awareness Month. So in my role as Ohio Certified Prevention Specialist Assistant, I am coordinating a program to bring awareness to Summit County on the issue of problem gambling.
All right. Let me jump in real quick. Is there funds coming from the state or the city level that's assisting you with this outreach?
I have a contract with Summit County Community Partnership.
Okay.
And their funding comes mainly through the ADM board.
Okay.
Alcohol, drug, and mental health.
All right. Okay.
And other sources. But
right.
This is a special grant that we have to do an awareness program for Summit County. And we chose to work specifically county-wide, but specifically with the African American community.
Okay. And we'll talk about why that's important in just a second here. But kind of tell me what is some of the benchmarks that you're looking to achieve with your outreach.
Well, basically, we are aware just from doing what we call a tri-ethnic survey that people really not aware of problem gambling.
Okay.
And since the inception of the 4 casinos and 7 racinos in Ohio, I think there was a survey that was done, about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, that showed that there were some issues with problem gambling. But the latest report that we have out from 2016-2017 is showing that there is an increase in problem gambling, because we know when there's access to things, the same with drug and alcohol, when there's access, people are more likely to use.
Okay.
So
they kind of go hand in hand.
They kind of go hand in hand. Yes.
Okay. And I want you to dive into that, but I know gambling, me being a sports fan, Pete Rose trying to get reinstated to even have accessibility to be nominated to be back on the ballot. That's been an ongoing piece. And as African Americans, I know there's a lot of challenges. So let's dive into the survey here just a taste.
Yes. Now, this survey is entitled Estimated Prevalence of Gambling to 2012 versus 2016 through 2017. And here are some of the highlights from that program, that survey. The 10.3% of at-risk gamblers totaled 919,162 Ohioans. And the 0.9% who would likely be diagnosed with a gambling disorder amounted to 76,379 adults. The new survey showed no correlation between gender and problem gambling in Ohio, whereas in 2012, men were more likely than women to have at-risk gambling problems. Younger adults aged 18 to 44 were more likely to be at risk for problem gambling, as in the 2012 survey. Also, and this is very important, that's why we are working within the African American community. Also, as in 2012, African Americans were more likely to be in the at-risk problem gambling group, and other racial groups such as Asian, American Indian, Pacific Islander, and multiracial were more likely to be in the at-risk problem gambling group than whites.
Okay, so let's...
And another point, and this is one that kind of stood out to me. Individuals who were unemployed, looking for work, not looking for work, or they were unemployed due to disability had the highest rates of at-risk problem gambling.
Okay, and that's leading sort of to the point I was getting ready to talk about.
Yes.
If our white counterparts have access to funds or employment or consistent funds, then they're less likely to do the heavy gambling.
Yes.
Where
it is entertainment for them.
Right. Where it's a do or die for us. We got to come up.
Right.
You
got to make the rent.
That is by no stretch funny, but
it's not funny, but it's true.
It's a reality. So, wow. No, that I could see those ethnic groups, and that was 2012. So now,
well, they were taking 2012 versus
right now. What we've got, especially in Ohio, is just so many different ethnicities that would really change or slay this.
Yes.
Now, how do you think this survey is affected for this 2016 slot versus 2019, where we've had a change in administration on the grand level?
Well, that remains to be seen. There's currently bills down at the State House on the sports gambling. So we don't know where that's going to be, but we just saw Attorney General DeWine, Governor now, saying that more than likely sports gambling will come to Ohio.
Well, and we're going to get into the Legislative Commission report in a moment here, but the sports gambling is just such a windfall for the state and the local regions. And although, and the same with the marijuana. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, we can talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that one as well. But we talk about these sin taxes and things of that nature, but ultimately those funds go to the states and whatnot. Let's talk about where this gambling money goes, and not specifically zip code wise, but what uses it. Tell me, as a former school board member, my understanding at that years ago was part of the building of the new schools was lottery commission money or lottery money?
No, that money for school buildings actually came from the state.
Okay.
The state had so much, I forget the percentages, that they would put toward building, and that's when they put that the thing on the ballot for the city, so we could call them CLCs.
Okay.
So that was that part. So that was just state money. That's allocated for brick and mortar only.
Where was I know there was a lottery component in there that was supposed to flow down to the schools.
Well, that lottery component is what we voted on. Now, it's 2%, and I'll make sure that we correct that if that's not true.
Okay.
2% of the profits from gambling.
Okay.
Goes into addiction fund or prevention fund. But I'm not sure of that formula. We got to do a little bit more research on that.
Okay.
But when I talked to our school treasurer, he was saying, and this was 2 years ago, that between $500,000 and $700,000 came for the lottery for the schools. That was about 2 years ago. It's probably changed, and we can get that information.
And that was annual?
Yeah, that's at one time. Now, you have to think now, if the lottery says they give out, say they give out $9 billion, you have to understand that that's broken up by 600 and something school districts.
Okay.
So they're just going to get a piece.
Okay.
So it's not a big amount, but he just told me last year that they got about $1 million from the casino revenue.
Okay.
Because they have a fund too for schools.
Okay.
So, but the lottery money is minute when you think in terms of a school budget, school district budget being $500 million.
That's correct.
Where does the drop of 5? That's what, 10%?
10%, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
No, wait, 500. What's the? Is it
500 million?
Oh, that's
the budget for. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, those numbers are rash when you.
And then on top of that, and we'll get more information. But now there's a shell game being played with the state money. Now you know your state is supposed to put money toward education. They got a budget for education. Then we have school funding from our property tax.
Right.
Yeah. So now with the state portion, there's been a change of some kind of a shell game. I don't know what it works, but you don't get both the state money and the lottery money. It's some kind of formula, but we will come back with that information with more details. But there's some kind of a shell game being played.
Is there a mix in there as well? And is this we're talking public schools? We're not talking
public schools.
Charter. Does charter have? They don't have.
Well, I'm not sure we're
charter schools. Okay,
but I know that we have over 600,000 districts. 630 something districts that are part of that.
And that's for the state of Ohio. 630.
We have 88 counties.
88 counties. Okay. Yeah. Okay. About 80. Okay. All right. Very good. So the survey, we talked a little bit about this. We talked about less education. We talking a little bit about, in this one, I'm just reading the impact of individuals feeling the urge to drink after a painful event. They might be at risk for problem gambling groups. They have the urge to use drugs and medication as well, and that ties to the gambling. Oh, they're even talking about stress and all that, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
You think about, you've been in a casino.
Right.
And you're putting your money in there, and that machine is not giving you your money back.
Yeah. No.
And then one of the issues that happen with people is they get stuck in chasing the losses.
That's exactly right.
So I won't get my money back, but the house always wins.
Oh, yeah. They're not building fabulous hotels because they're losing.
Right. But if you think of overall, and this is a report from the American Gaming Organization, Casino Gaming by Numbers. This is the report. $261 billion annual economic impact. 41 billion tax revenue generated annually. There's 43 states with gaming now. 1.8 million jobs supported by U.S. gaming industry.
Man, 43. That's wow.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, we came late to the game. I mean, this thing has been going on for years. And the revenue just created behind that.
Yep.
And it's so easy now. You can mortgage anything. I mean, anything you got, they'll take. It seems like here.
Yeah.
Promissory.
Because if you ever notice, and this is me because from the prevention background, if you go near any casino, you're gonna see. What are you gonna see? The place where what do you call the place where you can go hawk stuff? Oh yeah,
pawn shop.
Pawn shop.
Right.
I said, oh man, look,
you
casino,
said hawk stuff.
Pawn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got that. Then you can withdraw. You got people. They can bring you in.
Elements.
Oh yeah. Yeah. the criminal element. Let's talk about that, man. The criminal. Yeah, what was that movie I watched? 21, where they were gambling and counting cars and spying and all that kind of good stuff. And
yeah, it's a lot. It's not just entertainment. It's as it is marketed.
It's a yeah. No, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing. But the problem the issue that we have, and we can't tell nobody what to do, and I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do.
You just want to create awareness.
Just create awareness and say we're not against gambling, but when it comes to problem gambling, when you're not being able to pay your rent,
right?
Buy food. I mean, I've heard of people getting divorced because of gambling addictions.
Okay.
So if we can prevent the problem gambling, if we can prevent it from actually going into a diagnosis of a gambling addiction.
Okay.
Yes. And it's such a stigma of shame that goes with it. A lot of people are addicted, but they're not going to say anything because of the shame issue. That's
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Well, that leads to the legislative Service Commission.
Yes.
That was a lot of words.
That's right. Say that fast.
Come from our, this is from the desk of our state rep, Honorable Javier Golansky out of Akron. This was presented, lottery sales by zip codes. So let's dive into this. We've got 103 million that we're dealing with in just 10 zip codes. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. And it states about 64% of all sales were in Summit County. It states that this information is instant and draw games and doesn't include video lottery terminal sales at the horse track. So that would also not consider the games of chance that are in the different locations as well. Right.
So one thing we have to understand, too, is that the lottery commission runs the racinos. That's why they made the disclaimer there.
Okay.
So, and that's video, they call it VLT, video lottery. That's what the racinos are, and they're run by the lottery commission.
Okay.
The 4 casinos are run by the Ohio Casino Commission. So they're 2 separate animals.
So let's break that down again for me. I haven't been to any one of them.
The seven racinos.
The racinos.
Racinos. Those are run by the Lottery Commission.
Okay.
Ohio Lottery Commission. And then the casinos, what you would say, are standalone, and they're run by the Ohio Casino Commission.
That would be the Jack? Okay.
Yeah. But those ones that have a racetrack associated with them, that's run by the lottery.
Okay. That's great information. I had no idea.
Yeah. They're run by. That's why we're doing this awareness.
Yeah, I had no idea. Well, unless they got a 5-cent slot, they won't see me there.
They got
that's
pennies.
About the vax out.
But it's how many pennies you gonna put in there?
Well, you gonna get a hot dollar from me. That's about it. I'm not trying to give it away, so
yes.
Let's talk about these zip codes. Let's talk about the zip codes. Number 1 zip code 44312, which is the Green Lake area. Green Lakemore, if you will. 14 million. Now, this is surprising. The number 2 is Highland Square, 44203. 13.7.
Barberton.
203? 302. Okay.
Yeah.
44203. Oh, yes.
Barberton.
Barberton. That's right. I stand corrected. That's, wow. 13.7 in Barberton. Then you go to 44319. What's that? Portage Lakes, that area?
I think that's right.
13. The next one we know very well. 44310. 44310, North Hill, Ward 5. 44320. Ward 4, West Side.
How was they there? Was it 10 there?
Yeah, they were 10-7.
Okay.
We're 10-7. The other 2 kind of outskirts, I'm sorry, Cuyahoga Falls, Macedonia, Stowe.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get the 44306.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 as well, 7 million. And last out of that is Ward 8 at 44313. It's 6.4
Mm-hmm.
That's astonishing.
But you see the difference in the higher income zip codes. Who's
Correct.
spending the most money?
Yes.
Now, the top ones, like we discussed earlier, Green and all those are off of 77.
Okay.
So you could see people
Anybody
coming
can dip in.
Anybody can dip in.
Yep.
But I don't see a lot of folks dipping in on Copley Road to get their lottery. I think that may be, that may be true for the community outside of having folks coming in playing the lottery.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to see, again, with the economic, whether you want to call it decline or incline, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because,
how this is going to affect it.
Because you think of, I think the last figure, and we can talk about this later, we'll come back and talk about the income, our income in 44320. But one of the things that was really astonishing to me in my research, when we talk about the lottery, is that the revenue, the largest portion of revenue comes from scratch-offs. Yeah. And as I shared, we laughed about it.
Yeah.
But there was, I went to a training, problem gambling training, and this lady actually referred to scratch-offs as cardboard crack. Could you imagine?
We just know, and I don't even know how many numbers. What is it, 9 on there? We just know we're going to hit.
Lottery. You have scratch-offs that are up to $30 you can pay for one ticket.
I have. Okay, so my former, and everyone laughs, my former address was 119.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see 119 on the clock. It's got to be the 19th of January, 2019, and then I might put 50-cent box on it. So I think I might have spent $10 in my life on lottery.
On lottery,
yeah,
but some people it's daily.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen people that every day.
Yeah,
they could spend $25, $30 on lottery tickets.
Yeah, I know a couple individuals. Oh, 25 is nothing. I know. Yeah, I know a couple of.
Yeah, it's been more than that, but people
50. Yeah, 50, but.
But it's amazing, individuals who do that, they'll tell you when they win.
Oh, yeah.
But they ain't going to tell you when they lose. That's the same with
casinos. That $1,000 you spent last week.
Yeah. But you're just playing catch up.
You hit for 500.
Yeah.
But you spent 1,000.
So, I mean, it's a sad thing, we laugh, but it's really sad when someone only thinks about the next day
odds.
Getting your lottery.
That's correct. And I agree. No, we say it from a humor standpoint just to bring liveliness
to it.
Just
the liveliness.
But no, it's that.
Yeah.
I think it's good that there is awareness that's being brought to this topic here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you enlightened me on some things I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I don't have a gambling addiction, but it's just good information to pass on.
Because we're already having difficulties in the African American community with jobs,
correct,
infant mortality, violence,
correct,
and alcohol. We just tried to fight them open up alcohol
on
thing up
Family
here.
Dollar.
Family Dollar.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we need another outlet that sells alcohol?
You got 4 or 5 in a row, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just what it says to me, Darren, is we have a lot of pain in our community.
That's correct.
And we are using what we call in grief recovery short-term energy relieving behaviors. Things that we use to mask what's going on.
Okay.
But things don't change.
Okay.
You just got to go and repeat that thing. Then that's when you get addiction.
Okay.
So,
All
but
right.
what we wanted to just say to people is, being able to set limits, pay your bills, and know the risks. See, I know for me, I can't go to no casino because I know my behavior is you got my money and I'm gonna get it back. You keep trying to get I keep trying to get it back and you keep taking more. You keep taking more of my money.
Yeah, you're gonna have them handcuffs on quick though.
And see, but because they always say, when they advertise, you see them at the casino, they laugh and got their drinks.
Yeah, everybody tossing it up.
Yeah, but they don't show you that one that's been
that's in the corner
all day,
yeah,
trying to get that money back, scared to go home. And then another serious side of this is people have been known to commit suicide because they have gotten so far down. But we don't want it to be a hopeless broadcast, but there is hope. There's 800 number that you can call for help. We are now training more people locally to deal with people with addiction. We have Gamblers Anonymous. We have a gambling group for the families, because the families suffer when someone has a gambling addiction. So there is help, but just to end this with a take-home message is that anyone can develop a gambling problem. People with a gambling problem are like everybody else. They have their strengths, their weaknesses, and their feelings. Stigma can lead people to feel bad about themselves and avoid seeking help. And with treatment, hard work, and support, people can successfully recover and lead happy, fulfilling lives.
All right. That was profound. Any numbers you want to leave, website, or anything you want to leave with regards to?
Yes. There's a campaign in Ohio called beforeyoubet.org. You can call 1-800-589-9966. There are people, it's 24/7 that you can get help and they can lead you. There's also that we're going to put out some things where you can actually do treatment online. So we're going to put all of that out. So people with that stigma, they don't want to go talk to anybody that they may know, but they can anonymously talk to people and get help.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Well, we're getting ready to wrap this up. Any parting words here, Shelia? Information you left that, but
yes, I just basically just want to reiterate the fact that we are not saying that we're against gambling. What
just
we're trying controls. No, to this campaign, if you gamble, it says get set before you bet. Know the odds. Know how you can set limits. You say, I'm going to spend my $20 and I'm up out of here. But the trouble comes when folks begin to chase their losses.
All right. And once again, this is Shelia Smith with Konania. Konania. Doggone it. I got to say it 6 times fast. Education and Family Resource Center here in the West Side. And we thank her for bringing this information to us. And, of course, I'm D. Rizzo. This is the Upscale Media Group X Level Podcast. And, of course, you can catch us on YouTube at Upscale Media Group and also upscalemediagroup.podbean.com. Thank you.